Oh, hey, Wonder World. How the fuck are you guys today? Coming in hot for the 100 wonderful ways to get more and better clients. So just hey when you're popping on. We're getting us all streamed in right now and setting ourselves up for success today because it's motherfucking Tuesday, bitches. And on Tuesday, we talk about how to get more and better clients because I know that you joined a Facebook group called Unicorn Client Attraction Secrets because you want more clients, right? That's why you're fucking here, right? So just say hey when you're popping on, and we're gonna get this party started because today we're talking about paid traffic and essentially how to make this more effective in your world, right? Because lots of people want to run ads and lots of people think that ads are a magic pill, right? They're like, oh, I'm just going to run ads and then I'm going to make money. That's not how that works, like literally at all. So let's break down the strategy behind ads. But first, let's build a little bit of authority. Okay. So once upon a time, I started this fucking Facebook group, right? I started this Facebook group and I made 100K in my first 4 months, right? So we were crushing it, doing all the things. I grew this group to 10,000 people in my first 6 months. And this was all done organically, not a single fucking paid ad until I had done $1.8 million. Okay. So that was at about a year and a half mark, right? Like maybe a year and 3/4 is when I started running ads. Okay. So I want to be perfectly fucking clear. Okay. If you're trying to start things with ads, you better have one thing: a lot of fucking money. Okay. If you have a lot of fucking money, you can actually start things with ads and be totally fine. But the truth is, if you are running ads without backing that up with an organic content strategy, you are literally throwing money away. Okay. You're flushing it down the fucking toilet because here's what happens when you see an ad. Okay. So you're scrolling through Facebook and you're living your happy little life, right? Scrolling away. Okay. And then what happens? You get hit with a fucking ad. Okay. Now, maybe this is a really good ad. It's a really interesting ad. And you're like, who is this bitch? Right. And you start to feel the feelings where you're like, okay, you start clicking around, you do all the stuff. Maybe you click through and you look at the funnel a little bit, you read through the things, but you're kind of on the fence and you're not entirely fucking sure if you like this person or not. So what do you do? You stalk them, right? That's what we all do. That's what we do from all of our Tinder dates. That's what we do with our ad funnels. That's how we do all of the things, is that we start stalking people. Okay. So if you don't have organic content set up on the back end, then you're not very fucking stalkable. And if you're not very stalkable, you're not going to make a good impression on that person. And that person's just going to be gone and on to the next. So I want you to imagine that you have now just clicked on this ad, you thought this person was amazing, and then you went to their Instagram and there was nothing there, right? Their Instagram was kind of shitty. There was nothing really there. They hadn't posted in fucking 2 years. And you're like, I guess this guy's just running ads and maybe kind of sucks, right? Okay. So if you're not creating stalkable content that is your organic content, then when people see you on an ad, you're completely discrediting yourself. Does that make sense? Okay. And so then people believe that you are smoke and mirrors. People believe that you're a motherfucking liar. Okay. People believe that you're not who you say you are because you've destroyed the chance of know, like, and trust. Okay. And this is a massive fucking problem. It's one that we see over and over and over again. And then people are like, my ads aren't working. And it's like, right. Okay. Because you're not doing what it takes in order to make ads work. Okay. So after making $1.8 million organically, I decided to start running ads. Okay. Now I don't run my own ads. I have an agency that does this for me for two reasons. Okay. One, because I'm on the blacklist. Okay. When you say butthole and cunt on a live as many times as I have, Facebook's like, fuck this bitch, right? So I have an actual island account that's built for me. The second reason is because I have an actual ad media buyer. Okay. So this is someone who really knows what the fuck they're doing and they spend over $1 million in ad spend every single month. Okay. So that means they get some preferential treatment, right? And that also means that they have an incredible system built up. They have incredible experience. They know when to turn the ads off, when to turn the ads on. They know how much to spend on shit. They know how to help me to be effective. They know how to coach me through creating better content. They know how to fucking help me with a funnel because I got a little secret for you guys. I make beautiful funnels, absolutely beautiful funnels. I love my funnels. They're gorgeous and they're so cool and they're so creative and they don't work on cold traffic. At all. Okay. Like every time we split test and like I talk to my media guy and he fucking sets up an ugly ass fucking funnel. And I'm like, it's so ugly. He's like, I know. And then we put up my pretty one and we split test them. Guess who wins every time? Not me. Okay, not me. Right. So, but the fun part is that my creatives on the front end do very well. So the average person in my industry who's doing, a get client offer spends about $10 to $12 per lead. I'm spending $3 to $4 per lead. Okay, because I'm more fun on my fucking front of the end creatives. So understand there's a different gradient of doing ads really well. And being able to get to that point, and also understanding something is that turning on the ads is not going to save you from piss poor messaging. Okay. It's not going to save you from not being able to close clients. It's not going to be able to save you from, not really having great deliverables. Okay. So ads are not a fucking magic pill, and they will not save you. Okay. So it's really important that you set up organic first. Okay. Because organic is going to teach you about ad spend in the way that it's free. Okay. Because what do you need in order for an ad to actually convert? One, you need a scroll stopping image or video, right? Because if people don't stop on an ad, nothing behind that matters. Okay. And if you can't do that organically with a warm audience full of people who already know, like, and trust you, if you can't stop the scroll for them, how the fuck you think you're going to stop the scroll for cold traffic? You're not. Okay. You also need a scroll stopping headline. You can practice those organically with these fun little things that we call color block posts, right? You know, those color block posts that we put up every fucking day? Those are headlines, and we're practicing those headlines. You can take your best organic headlines and use them in your ads so that you don't waste a bunch of time and money using shitty headlines that don't stop the scroll. Okay. So when you are really doing this intentionally using your organic content strategy, you can write down your best performing, your highest and best performing organic content headlines, and then use them in your Facebook ads. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, the next piece of that we're using inside of an ad, of course, is sales copy, right? So if we're using really strong sales copy organically that is connecting, cultivating, and converting, well, then if it's working organically, we can make some tiny tweaks to make it appropriate for cold traffic, because cold traffic copy is different than warm traffic copy. Okay. And then we can put that into your ads, but we're going to have those foundational things that are working. If it's working in the warm traffic, then we can go test it in the cold traffic, right? But if it's not working on warm traffic, bitch, what makes you think it's going to work on cold traffic, right? Okay. So save yourself a bunch of time and money by doing organic first. Now, here's the other thing. I've definitely seen some people do this. Okay, they're like, Nicole, I tried ads, but it didn't work. And I say, okay, how much money did you spend? Okay. And they tell me something stupid. It's always something really stupid. It's like, oh, I was spending like $10 a day for like a whole month. And I was like, no, really? You spent $10 a day for a whole month? You spent $300? You expected it to work after $300? You've lost your goddamn mind. Okay. My ads didn't start working. I didn't get into the black with my ads until I'd spent $100,000 in ad spend. Okay. And that was while working with a fucking media buyer. So you guys have to understand, right? If you drip release if you spend $2 a day on a fucking ad, it's going to take you a long time to learn. Okay. The more money you spend, the faster those ads churn out. And the faster the ads churn out, the faster you receive data. The faster you receive data means the faster you can split test and eliminate the ads that don't convert. Does that make sense? Okay. So if we're not willing to spend money, ads are probably not going to work for us. Okay. So a good rule of thumb is that you probably shouldn't be doing ads if you can't spend $100 a day. Okay. If you can't spend $100 a day on ads, and that's just the ad spend, that's not paying a technician to do it, that's not an all-inclusive package. Okay. If you can't put $100 a day into ad spend, go do organic until you can, right? Once you can afford $100 a day in ad spend, then we can actually get some testing. Then we can actually move the needle a little bit. Then we can actually understand what's working and what's not, turn on ads and turn off ads, and run through campaigns. Make sense? Okay. So organic is the way to go. And I always tell my clients that they should be making about $30,000. Okay. When you're making about $30,000 a month, this is a great time to turn ads on. But we want to do something very strategic with this, okay? Is that we want to turn ads on that link into a piece of our funnel that's already organically converting. Okay, so for example, you're all in this Facebook group, right? We close clients out of this Facebook group literally every single day. Okay, zero exceptions. Zero exceptions. We are closing clients from this Facebook group every single day. So that means if I turn on ads that drive traffic to this Facebook group, then I'm putting more people into something that already works. Okay, we're using our unicorn sales funnel, right? Using our unicorn sales funnel to close clients every single day. So that's a really great place for me to run ads too. If you don't have something that's already converting, that's really, really fucking challenging. So imagine that you have a great email list, right? Imagine that when you're putting out your campaign emails, people are buying your thing, people are getting on calls with you. Awesome. Let's run an ad to a lead magnet and build your email list, right? Because we know your email list converts. So we want to find things that already are converting organically and then strap up ads to that to put fucking gasoline on that fucking fire that's already burning. Does that make sense? Okay, so that is one of the quickest and best ways to maximize your ad spend. So rather than just putting ads up fucking cold and not knowing anything about anything, go create organic conversions first. Once you have organic conversions first, you're going to have testimonials, right? You're also going to have the messaging dialed in that you need to use. You're going to have those scroll stopping headlines. You're going to have scroll stopping images, scroll stopping videos. You're going to have the sales copy that you need, right? You're already going to have a sales page that's converted. And so once you have all of those pieces in place, it's so much more cost effective when you start running ads because the ads are going to work so much faster. So when you start spending $100 a day, it's actually converting. And especially if you have positioned this so that it's either going into your Facebook group that's already converting, or maybe going into your email sequence that's already converting, right? Or even driving to a podcast that's already converting. Okay, so we want to find something that's already working. That's the fire. And then we want to put gas on it. That's the best use of paid traffic. Make sense? Okay, so as you're thinking about this, what are some questions that are coming up for you? What are some things that are bubbling up in your head where you're like, but Nicole, right? Somebody told me this other thing. Let's talk about it because at this point, I've spent quite a bit of money on ads, more than I like to think about sometimes, right? I've spent a lot of money on ads, and I've been running ads consistently without stopping. That's another key point. A secret to running ads is you can't stop. Once you start, you can't stop. Okay. People like, I ran ads for 3 months and it didn't work. It's like, right. That's how that works. Okay. That's how Facebook got you. They got you to run ads for 3 months and then you turned them off. Okay. Like then you before they even had a chance to fucking give you any sort of ROI. You have to keep running them. Okay. So I've been running ads consistently for about 2.5 years now, right? Okay. So that means that when things aren't working, what do? I reflect and refine. I put new creatives in. I do new ads. Okay. We do new ads. We fluff up the funnel. Maybe we do a brand new offer, but we don't turn off the ads. Okay. Once you turn on the ads, you'll leave the ads on. That's how that works. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about an organic ad. That's kind of an interesting angle, Sam. Okay, so something that you can do to test, right? Because that's what we're doing with an organic ad. Hey, something that we can do to test is basically build the exact same thing that you would do in a paid ad, but then you're just going to put it out to warm traffic. Okay. And you're going to do it yourself, right? So that would mean inside of a Facebook group, you could do this on your personal page, you could do this in stories. What you're going to need for this is either a scroll stopping image or a scroll stopping video. Okay. You're also going to need a headline and you're going to need copy. And then that's going to need to go to a link. Okay. So that link should go either to an opt-in for a lead magnet, or it can go to a sales page, or it can even go to something that's going to book a call, right? I recommend doing a lead magnet. Okay. So when you go into this, stories is a great example because you can kind of set up an organic ad with this, because on that first story slide, you can create your scroll stopping image or your scroll stopping video with your headline. Okay. Then your second slide can be the copy, right? This is the copy that would be in the ad. So you can either verbally give this copy, right? Or you can write the text on the screen. Okay. Then your third slide is going to be your CTA. You give that results driven CTA and that link. Okay. That link is going to take them over to, let's just say, a lead magnet. Okay. So it goes to a lead magnet, and on that opt-in page, they're going to give you their email address, their name and their email address. Okay. Then they get into the actual lead magnet itself. They're going to digest that content, and that content is going to have another CTA, and the CTA is going to be book a call. Okay, so what you're doing is setting yourself up a nice, beautiful test pool. Okay, now remember that stories only run for 24 hours. Okay, so you're gonna have to do it lots of times. Okay, you have to do the story lots of times with slight variations in this, right? So that it doesn't get boring. Okay, but you could take the same ad sequence and run it once a week or so, and then repeat, different ones. Maybe if you had 5 of them put together, then you could repeat those 5 every week, right? So when you're doing this, you're seeing, hey, Did this stop the scroll? Are people looking at my first slide? Okay. Did they move to the second slide? Did they move to the third slide? Did they click the link? Did they opt in? Did they book a call? Okay. So now we have 6 points where we could be making a mistake or we could be making an improvement, right? So if you're noticing that people get to the copy page and they always fall off, right? Boom, we lost 50% of them right from the copy page. Well, that's probably because your copy sucks, right? So let's use everything else the same and just change the copy slide. Okay. So remember when we were kids and we did science projects? Okay. One of the very first things that we learn about a science experiment is to isolate the variables. So when you set up an organic ad like this, you're basically giving yourself the ability to isolate the variable because then you can see, was it the headline that didn't work? Was it the copy that didn't work? Was it the CTA that sucked? Was it the opt-in that sucked? Was it the lead magnet that sucked? You can find the weakest links in there and then improve them and reflect and refine on this process until you have a high performing ad. Then you can take that high performing ad that's working and people are clicking through it, booking calls, it's totally fucking on fire. And then you can strap that up to paid traffic. Does that make sense, Sam? Let's see. Yeah, double down on what is working for sure. What are some things to look for to understand your audience better to create ads that are potent as fuck? Yeah, okay. So one of the things that I do when I'm creating ads, okay, is I watch other people's ads. Okay. I watch other people's ads and I see what draws my attention in. Okay. And I see the things that I also ignore too. So I seek to do the things that draw my attention in, right? That makes sense to me. But then what I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm mastering this with my own brand energy. What you see a lot of people doing is just fucking straight up copying. So we know a couple years ago that this Hormozy style reel came out, right? And so in the Hormozy style reel, we're doing a talking head video. We have the captions here. And so, we talk for 30 seconds or whatever the fuck it is. We give a CTA at the end. Okay. That's the Hormozy style of doing this. So we all copied that, right? But the people who did really well with it are the people who are coming in hot doing something a little bit different. So you guys are about to see a new ad sequence drop from me. Okay. Don't click on them. Just watch them. Don't click them. You're already here. Okay. But you're about to see a new ad sequence come out where I actually am doing this very like cartoon thing. Okay. So I went and got a cartoon filter. And I'm still doing a talking head reel, right? But it has like some fun animations in it, some fun graphics. And I'm actually doing, I'll let you in on the secret. I'm doing client attraction secrets, right? So it's like client attraction secret number 6. And then I tell you a tiny little story, okay? That's very short, very small because I need those ads to be short and concise, right? That's basically leading you to content that crushes. Okay, so then you go to Content That Crushes, and then you're going to get access to this Facebook group. And when you get access to this Facebook group, you get the full client attraction secrets that we do every Tuesday. So I'm doing a client attraction series. And what sets that apart is the fact, one, I know you guys like client attraction secrets, right? Because you're here watching this live right now. So it's obviously working. I'm closing clients from these lives every week, right? So I know this works organically. I know it's connected to you. I know you like client attraction secrets because I have a Facebook group with 31,000 people in it. You didn't just get here by fucking accident, right? You came here because you want client attraction secrets. Okay. So I know that language pattern already works on you. So I'm testing it organically and then putting it in. I'm also looking for conversion points. People are coming to these lives and they're converting. They're buying content that crushes because they want my signature content strategy, the one I use to close 10 high ticket clients in my first 6 weeks. And so that's what I'm selling inside of the ads. Right now, that's just a $7 buy. Okay. That's more of like a symbolic buy than of like a money making buy, but it does help me to offset some of the ad cost, right? So I'm thinking about what's already working organically and what's fun. And then I'm taking it to kind of the next level and doing something a little bit creative that creates that pattern interrupt. Okay. So when you see these new ads coming out, they're coming out this week. When you see them come out, you guys can comment on them. Don't like them, don't click on them, just comment. Okay. So when you see these ads come up, you're going to see that like, oh, this is number 6. And then it makes you kind of think like, well, is there a number 5? Is there a number 4? Right? How many of these things are there? And so then you're going to start looking for those because you want more client attraction secrets for free until eventually you get indoctrinated enough. And especially if you're a cold audience, right? You're going to get indoctrinated enough that you're going to click on that link and you're going to opt in. And once you opt in, you start receiving my entire email sequence. And when you get my email sequence, you get into this Facebook group. And we know that this Facebook group converts, right? Okay, so I'm taking what's already working inside of my free audiences, and how I'm getting to know these people is because I'm doing calls like this, right? I get onto a fucking live, I'd use content that crushes, okay? I get onto a live, I have a conversation with you guys, I ask you some questions, I get to know you, and I build that connection, I build that rapport, and everything starts fucking working flush. And then I get really creative with it and do things that I think are fun or funny. Remember that one of the best things that you can do in ads is incorporate emotion. Okay, I want you to think about advertising like for the fucking Super Bowl. What's everybody's favorite Super Bowl commercial? Okay, of all time. Not like last time. Can you wait? What are they going to do for the Super Bowl commercials for Taylor Swift? Okay. What's your favorite Super Bowl commercial like of all time? What's the one that fucking pulls you in? No, don't love them. Just comment on them, Adam. Dogs and horses for Sam, right? Dogs and horses. Remember like the Budweiser Clydesdales, right? Or the Budweiser puppies. You must like Budweiser, Sam. Remember the frogs? Right? Okay, so so guys, like you have a favorite Facebook or a favorite ad that came across for the Super Bowl, right? Okay, we remember the Coca-Cola Bears. Okay, so we have all those different ones. What was powerful about that? It's the feeling, right? It's the feelings. And so that feeling doesn't have to be humor. It doesn't have to be nostalgia, but it can be, right? It can be whatever is on brand for you. I tend to be a little bit funny. I'm a little bit fucking snarky, right? So I tend to use that in my ads. The more emotion you can use, the better connection point you're going to be able to create with your audience, which is the first step in converting, right? Is that we need to create connection first. So if your ads emotionally connect with people for some reason, whether it's funny or it's sad, right? Or it reminds you, is something nostalgic and reminds you of something from childhood. Hey, you want to watch ad campaigns, because watching ad campaign, you guys watch Mad Men, right? Okay, if you're in the marketing world and you haven't watched Mad Men, like get off your ass, like go watch that shit, okay? Like learn about advertising, learn about marketing in that way, not just on social media, but like good old fashioned fucking marketing back in the day before they had social media. That's where you can pull a lot of these really incredible concepts, so that you can do something different, so you can do something that's a little bit of a pattern interrupt, and you're not just copying everybody else in your industry. Kind of look at what everybody in your industry is doing, and then understand what's working and zag the other way. Right? Do something that's unique to you, and understand you're going to have to spend money on that. You're going to have to spend money on doing something that's different, because you have to indoctrinate people into it, right? But me doing these client attraction secrets, like, you bet your butthole, you just wait, bitches. Okay, after this fucking shit goes out this week, I guarantee you, okay, you will see fucking a whole slew of this fucking being copied. Okay, people will start copying me. They do it every fucking time. Every fucking time. We just put the under over on it, right? It's like, how long is it before I start seeing fucking ads that are like literally mine? You know what? I saw a fucking ad the other day. I can't remember the name of this fucking chick, right? But I saw an ad the other day, and she said the opening line of it was, "You don't even have to wear pants," and then it had the messenger ding in it. It was all cling, right? I was like, that fucking bitch fucking stole that shit from the podcast, right? Like, take off your pants, messenger ding. Like, come on, bitch. Like, could you be any more fucking obvious? But that's what happens when you do something really cool and catchy. Other people fucking copy it. And that's one of those things about ads too, is that you have to keep creating new ones, right? It's not like we go to the Super Bowl this year and then we see the same ads that we saw last year. Okay, they spend the whole year developing a new one for next year. And that's what you have to think about with ads too, is that you have to constantly refresh them. You have to constantly come up with new concepts, because you're not going to be able to just keep doing the same shit over and over again. People are going to want to see fresh content and and fresh creatives from you over and over again. So you really got to dedicate the time and the space to be able to create new stuff that stands out. I would love to see an ad with Taylor Swift and Post Malone. I'm all about it. Bring it on. Sam likes the buy condoms commercial with the little kid screaming at the grocery store. Oh my God, I love that one, Sam. I love that one. Uh, the new ads are some of my favorite parts about the Super Bowl. For real though, we love to see the ads. That's the best part. Yeah, I mean, ads are not a fucking Hail Mary. I mean, and that's something that you guys got to know, right? It's like, if it's not working organically, it's not just like, well, let me throw money at something that doesn't convert, right? That doesn't make any sense. We want to take the things that are working, and then we want to put fuel on that fire. Okay. So we don't want to take something that's not working and say, oh, if I just showed it to more people, it would work. No, no, no. If it's not working to your absolute warm audience full of people who already know, like, and trust you, then it's not going to work to a bunch of fucking strangers. Okay. So you got to start to understand that a little bit differently, is that we're going to use organic traffic to test. We're going to use organic traffic to reflect and refine, to help us to create content that people actually want to see, that they're actually going to engage with, that they're being cultivated by, and then they're actually converting. Once we have that pattern, then we should strap up ads to it. Does that make sense to everybody? Everybody got that, right? Paid traffic secrets, right? Just don't do it until you're making money. Okay. Don't do it until you're making money, and don't do it until you have enough money to actually spend some real fucking dough on this. $100 a day. Okay. $100 a day is going to help you to kick ass and take names with this. And so theoretically, if you have enough money to fucking dump $3,000 in ads, it's because you have clients, right? And if you have clients, you have case studies, you have testimonials. And don't forget, guys, there's a whole other world of this too, behind the scenes with ads, where it's not just the front end ad that creates the conversion, it's also the email sequence that you put behind that ad that creates conversions. Okay. So there's a lot that goes into it, and it gets really, really fun. Like, it gets something like you're experimenting, you're split testing, you're doing all the things. Cause remember, marketing is a motherfucking test. Okay, guys. So I know that some of you guys don't have content that crushes yet. So you guys got to get your ass on this. Who here wants to be able to promote to fucking these 31,000 fucking people? And let me let you in on a little secret. I'm running ads every day, and I'm spending a lot more than $100 a day. I'm spending a lot more than $100 a day to connect, cultivate, and convert and get people into this Facebook group every day. You're welcome, right? So you're in here. Okay. You can build as much know, like, and trust as you want. You can post as much as you want after you pay $7 one time. Okay. Like, this isn't a fucking monthly membership. This isn't something where I'm like, oh, gonna price gouge you and do all the things. Nope. Just $7 one time. Okay. When you buy content that crushes, okay, that's my content strategy, the one that I use to close 10 high ticket clients in my first 6 weeks organically, no paid ads on my personal page. Okay. When you purchase content that crushes, you go through this mini course, and you're going to learn the 5 algorithm hacking pieces of content that you need to have ready to invest, ready for results clients reaching out to you every motherfucking day. Okay. You're going to learn content that crushes. This is the same content strategy that I teach inside of my $10,000 client attraction program, where I teach you how to build your unicorn sales funnel. Okay. So you're going to start doing this. You're going to use content that crushes. You're going to start using the actual content strategy. You can use it on your personal page, but you can also use it inside of this Facebook group, because when you get to the end of the mini course, you're going to be prompted with the wonder vow. Okay. The wonder vow is a magical little thing that you do where you come in here and you post a video of you taking your wonder vow, and there's specific instructions. So you need to follow those instructions. And once you post your wonder vow, guess what the wonder team is going to do for you? Boom, just turn that fucking post approval on, right? So now you don't need approval. Okay, you can post anytime that you fucking want to. Okay, you can promote, you can pitch with passion, you can do all the things, right? Now, we do reserve live access. You want live and you want video, then you got to be in nonstop. Okay, all of my nonstoppers get lives and video access, but not if you're not in the fucking client attraction program. Okay, but everybody else, you can post as many times as you want. You can treat this group, I mean, essentially a lot like your own, right? So you can come in here and you can close clients knowing that you don't have to run ads to get qualified leads, because guess who's doing that for you? This bitch. Okay. I'm doing that shit for you every fucking day. I'm running ads. I'm spending a lot of money every single month on ads, filling up this Facebook group, not just with anybody, but qualified leads. Okay. Qualified unicorn clients just like you. Okay. So that you can work on connection, cultivation, and conversion inside of this audience. So basically, you're absolutely batshit fucking crazy to not do this. Okay. I'm going to say that you don't want clients. If you're not doing this, if you're not buying content that crushes for $7 fucking dollars, which is less than what you're going to pay for your fucking Starbucks today, for $7 fucking dollars, and taking a mini course where I break down 5 algorithm hacking pieces of content that has made me a millionaire fucking nearly 5 times over. Okay, if you're not doing that, you don't want clients. Okay, those are just the fucking facts. You don't want them, you're pretending. Okay, so pay the $7 fucking dollars, take the course, take your fucking wonder vow, get your post approval on, and then use content that crushes inside of this space, because people are closing clients from this group every single day. I'm one of them, so I know it's true. Okay, people are closing clients from this group every single fucking day. And one of the best things about this is that there's not a bunch of noise in this group. You're not having to compete with a bunch of promote yourself posts, because we don't have that shit in here. Okay. In this group, we fucking promote ourselves in the fucking in the comments of memes, because memes are better than promote yourselves. But also, not everyone has paid for content that crushes. So you are going to get way more visibility than everybody else, because although there's 30,000 people in here, not very many of them have paid for fucking content that crushes. Okay. So not everybody, right? So that means that you're not having to compete with a whole bunch of other shit like you're seeing in other groups. Sure, you see other groups and you're like, oh, this group is super engaged. Like, that's a good thing in one way, right? But it's a bad thing in another way. If you want visibility on your posts, if you want people to know, like, and trust you, then you actually want to be in a group that has a lot of spectators, but not that many speakers, right? So you can become that speaker, drop a unicorn in the comments, and we will swing by and we'll get you the link to Content That Crushes so that you can start posting your content literally fucking today, right? We'll turn your post approval on as soon as you take your Wonder Vow. Go finish the fucking course, get your Wonder Vow done, and then we'll kick ass and take names, right? And you're also going to receive a special little offer to come over to Money Making Unicorns, which is my $47 a month monthly membership where we work on strategies, you guessed it, to help you to make more money, which is where I'm heading right now. So we'll see you guys over in Money Making Unicorns because I'm going to go review your pitch posts today, bitches. So get out there, do all of the wonderful things, and we will see you next Tuesday. The Zoom changed again. I don't know how to turn off the live stream. See you guys next week.